We're on.
And now the starters for your Saints. Starting at guard, number 3, Brady Burnett. Starting at guard, number 2, Brandon. And starting at guard, number 20, Wally Jones. Starting at center, number 35, Darius Vernon. And starting at guard, number 5, Steward Cosby.
Hello and welcome to Scott Gym on this Monday evening. The Saints currently in the midst of one of their toughest stretches of the season. They're playing their third game in 4 days right now as they welcome Steward to Scott Gym. These two teams met up earlier in the Benedictine Capital City Classic. St. Christopher's won that game 69-57 behind yet another strong performance from Darius Gray. And they look to make it another win after having their 14-game win streak snapped last Saturday by John Marshall. It'll be Steward Cosby and Xavier Nelson tipping it away as the Saints look to get back in the win column following only their second defeat of the season last Saturday. And we are almost ready to go here on the Scott Gym floor. Steward for a Monday night brought a very good student section. We'll see how that affects things. The tip-off will be won by the Spartans, and it'll be Donovan Richardson bringing it up, guarded by Wally Jones. Swings it over to Ben Vaughn. Now Xavier Nelson in for Richardson, guarded by Brady Burnett. Richardson falling away, left it short, but gets the bounce. It'll be Elijah Brandon bringing it up for the Saints. As a whole, really, they struggled mightily offensively on Saturday. They'll look to get back into the flow of things here. It's Wally Jones from the corner. And one possession, 3 points. Steward looking to run quickly. Richardson will go at Brady Burnett. Gets a screen, switch on to Gray. Good job from Burnett to recover. Kicks it back out. LJ Vaughn in the lane. Wild shot over Wally Jones. Now the Saints look to run. Brandon on the other end goes up with the left, but left it just a bit short as he tried to get it over the outstretched arms of the 6'4" Xavier Nelson. Nelson hands it off to LJ Vaughn. Now Ben Vaughn. Donovan Richardson crosses over on Jones, gets in the lane on Gray, and lays it up over him. Last season, Darius had some issues with foul trouble. He did a good job at kind of calming those down early this year, but Saturday was one of the first times we've seen him struggle as he fouled out early into the fourth quarter. Turns it over there, and now Ben Vaughn gets around Elijah Brandon, kicks it out to Xavier Nelson. He'll drive on Wally Jones, bulldozes him, shot blocked by Gray, but it's not going to count. They're going to call the foul on Jones beforehand. That'll be his first.
Steward will be going to the line for the first time this game.
And Nelson at the line, hits the first. And left the second one, short. And rebounded by Gray. That'll be Brandon. Elijah Brandon over on that left wing, kicks it to Darius Gray, now out to Wally Jones. Burnett coming off a screen, gets it to the top of the key. Screen wasn't good enough for him to get a shot away, however. Now Burnett gets in the lane. Count it! Never mind. Wave off the basket. They're going to call that foul on the floor. And they'll inbound to Gray. One-on-one with Landis Stewart. Kicks it out. Jones, he'll try another three. And can't start 2 for 2 as that one just barely rims out. It looked halfway down, but now Stewart looking to run. And Richardson lays it in around Gray with his left hand. Good start for Stewart offensively. And the Saints coming out a bit slow in their third game in the last 4 days. Here's Burnett. Over to Stewart. Cosby, top of the key. He'll fire a three. Wide to the left. And now it's Vaughn. He'll pull up over Burnett. Maybe not the best shot selection there. And now Gray will run the offense. He'll go right at Hines. Left it short. Gets his own board, though. And dribbles it off his foot. They're going to say it's St. Christopher's basketball. Cosby will inbound it. Finds Brandon in the corner. Elijah Brandon drives on Vaughn, spinning. Now back at the free throw line. Nearly has it poked away. Now resets to Cosby. Here's Gray with 10 on the shot clock. Darius Gray backing in on Landis Stewart. Gets inside, splits a double team, but shot blocked. Now tipped out of bounds. It'll be staying with the Saints. They will have 1 to shoot. So Burnett will inbound. Saints have 1 second on the clock. They find Cosby. He gets it up in time, but left it short off the side of the backboard. Now Wally Jones will take a rest as Colin Johnson comes in. You know, you get 5 fouls in basketball. Colin Johnson used them all very effectively on Saturday. Had multiple times ready to step in and stop fast breaks against a wildly athletic John Marshall team. And fouled out of that game, and now they're going to get a hold. And they're going to get Burnett.
That's Brady's first foul of the game. Second for the Saints.
And now in the corner, Preston Day tries a three. It's good. Just like that, Stewart. Oh, no, they're going to call that one a long two. But they're on a 7-0 run. They lead this game by 6 points early. Brandon driving inside. Nearly a travel. Manages to get it back out to Gray. They'll clear the lane for him. Darius Gray goes inside, kicks it out. Brandon. And now he gets called for a travel. And not the start St. Christopher's was looking for. Trailing by 6 points early. The offense that struggled and lost in that chaos. Someone got a technical.
Looks like that'll be a technical on Stewart. With some more unsportsmanlike behavior. Elijah Brandon will take shots from the line.
Yeah. So Brandon 1 for 2 at the line, and the Saints will keep the ball. Finds Colin Johnson. Over to Stewart Cosby. Cosby hands it off to Brandon. He has it knocked away. And now Stewart looking to run again. Here's Vaughn. He'll be whacked by Cosby. So 2 free throws upcoming for him. And first free throw from LJ Vaughn is good. And missed the second, so for the second trip in a row, Steward goes 1 for 2 at the line. 10-4 early lead for the Spartans. And now Colin Johnson gets it into Darius Gray. He hasn't really found his rhythm yet tonight. Goes inside, up and under, missed it again. But now Gray gets his own board, and he'll be fouled hard.
The Saints have had a lot of trouble finding success in the paint tonight. The first points coming from Wally Jones 3 and an EB free throw. Coach Jones will likely be trying to crack the code of that Steward defense.
You know, these two teams already played each other this year. St. Christopher's, as I mentioned earlier, won that matchup, but when you see a team a second time, it gives you a lot of information on how you can beat them. And so far, things are going well for Steward. Obviously, only 4 minutes into this game, and a 6-point deficit is nothing crazy, but 0 for 2 at the line for Gray. You know, he had big issues at the free throw line on Friday against Collegiate. And they're going to get another foul on Colin Johnson as Donovan Richardson drives right through him. That'll already be the 4th on the Saints, just 4.5 minutes into this matchup. No inbound as they find Xavier Nelson. Over to Landis Stewart. Now Enrique Ortega, the 5'9" senior, in the corner. It's Preston Day. Another 3 is good. Stewart is rolling here early. And now Gray thought about a 3. They find Brandon. Now Gray again, top of the key. He'll drive, pulls back. Nice find to get Colin Johnson all alone underneath. Coach Jones will take a timeout. Saints trail 13-6, 5 minutes into this game. And welcome back. St. Christopher's not playing their best early, trailing 13-6. They're certainly playing like a team who is tired, currently playing their 3rd game in 4 days. One of them, a nail-biter on Friday against Collegiate. And the other one, a taxing game against a very physical John Marshall. And that's going to be out of bounds going to the Saints. Good work from Colin Johnson to step in the passing lane and disrupt it. Here's Brandon. Finds Darius Gray on the wing. Now over to Cosby. He'll try another 3. That one's good. Second 3 of the game for St. Christopher's.
Steve Cosby's first points of the night.
We saw how lethal Cosby could be from behind the arc last year. And this year, early in the year, had some struggles from downtown, but as the year's gone on, he's found a shot again, and it's made the Saints team even more deadly. Nearly tried again there, but thought better of it. Got it over to Brady Burnett. Now Colin Johnson in the lane has a massive height advantage, gets undercut by Enrique Ortega. He's still down, so Ortega will try a 3. Missed it, and the rebound tapped over to Cosby. Now Saints looking to run. They have numbers. Darius Gray spinning, gets inside, gets it to go off the glass.
Darius Gray took that shot over the 6'8" sophomore Landis Stewart.
And Richardson holds it as Steward calls a timeout with 1:36 to go, leading 13-11. Hello and welcome back out of the timeout. The Saints have managed to pull things back, currently on a 7-0 run. They've cut the lead down to 2. Some subs for the Saints as Stuart Cosby and Darius Gray exit for Nate Roberts and Harrison Miller. There's Ortega, another 3. That one is good. Already the 3rd three-pointer of the game for Stewart. And on Saturday, Coach Jones tried the double big lineup with both Roberts and Gray for the first time. It worked pretty well against that big John Marshall team. So far, Roberts getting some early minutes, not on the floor with Gray, obviously, but goes inside there. Can't get the bounce. Tough break for him. That was a good move in the post to create some space. Just couldn't get it to fall down. Here's Preston Day, 31 seconds between shot and game clock. Stewart could go for a 2-on-1 if they shoot it soon enough. And here's Richardson underneath, goes over Gavin Johnson, lays it in. So now with 10 seconds between shot and game clock, Stewart will likely get it back. A good response out of the timeout with 5 straight to extend the lead to 7. Here's Gavin Johnson. Inside for Roberts. On the block, Brady Burnett wanted the ball. He was open under the rim. Roberts didn't see him. Now Brandon has some room, goes up with the right hand. Bit of a wild shot. Looked like he was trying to draw a foul. Now Stewart looking to go quickly. Here's Richardson. Clock down to 10. Richardson gets inside, goes under 2. Count it, and 1. St. Christopher's has came into this game and looked flat to start it off, and Stewart making them pay. Lead up to a game-high 9 right now. And Richardson can't hit the free throw. Tapped around. And now the Saints will have it with 4 on the clock. Here's Darius Gray barreling inside. Count it! At the buzzer, Darius Gray lays it in. But not the best of quarters for the Saints. They trail 20-13 after 8 minutes. We'll be back in 2.
Philip, can you go get a picture of the score sheets? Thank you. Yeah, just go take a picture of the... Thank you. Is that guy really... great.
Hello and welcome back. Saints come out a bit flat early. They're trailing 20-13 after a quarter. Haven't really gotten into that flow of their offense yet. Steward's done a good job at denying Darius Gray many opportunities in the paint. Obviously, he's going to get his points no matter what, but they've done a good job keeping him from really dominating the game, as there's a turnover there as he tried to get it to Burnett on a backdoor cut. And now here's Ben Vaughn over to Preston Day. Now Richardson, they switch Cosby onto him. Landis Stewart in the corner, now inside. A good look for Xavier Nelson, just couldn't finish it off. Now here's Burnett. Brady Burnett going in the lane, back out to Brandon. He has an open look from three, and he hits. First three of the game for Elijah Brandon. And the Saints starting to look better offensively as we move into the second quarter. Here's Richardson. Has a height advantage over Brandon. He'll drive on him. Gray helps with the double. They swing it back out to the top. Here's Preston Day. Day steps back over Jones. Left it short. Gray pulls down the rebound. Now he wants to run. Guarded by Landis Stewart. Gray spinning, kicks it out. Cosby wide open, didn't shoot it. Goes inside, and he'll be fouled by Stewart. The Stewart student section not enthralled with that decision. They might have had a case there. Looks like he got a lot of the ball, but also got some of the body on the way up. Now Cosby misses the first free throw. Free throws once again have been an issue for the Saints this game. They're 1 for 5 from the line today. And Cosby misses both.
The Saints free throw shooters have been a funk tonight.
Cosby not one of the shooters you would expect to miss. He's one of the best shooters on the team. It's likely between him or Brady Burnett. But makes up for it on the other end. Sneaks in and takes that one away. And now Brandon wants to run. Crosses over Vaughn. Gets in the lane. Missed the shot. I think he was maybe surprised at how open he was there. There's little resistance inside, and that's some resistance inside. Darius Gray sends that shot away. Now Gray gonna back in on Nelson. Bullies his way inside. Too strong with the left hand, though. Some uncharacteristic misses early from Gray. Here's LJ Vaughn. Now it's Ben Vaughn. Drives on Cosby, gets around him in the lane, missed the shot. Both teams leaving some points on the board, both at the line and at the rim. Now Brady Burnett goes inside, and he'll go to the line. And Burnett hits the first.
Burnett clearly unfazed by the Steward student section tonight.
As Colin Johnson and Harrison Miller will check on for Elijah Brandon and Wally Jones. Burnett missed the second, so now the Saints only 2 for 8 at the line. Here's Xavier Nelson, gets inside, tries to go over Gray, affects the shot, And the second effort, though, he lays it in. First points of the quarter for Steward. And now Gray kicks it back out to Burnett, gives him a screen. Brady Burnett gets in the lane. And that's another technical on Steward. They're going to get LJ Vaughn this time. Not sure. But no, they're going to get double technicals on Colin Johnson and LJ Vaughn. I'm going to assume something was said. It didn't look like there was contact that would have resulted in that. Not sure what it was.
That is LJ Vaughn's second technical tonight.
That is true. He should be ejected from this game, I believe. And yeah, he leaves the game now. I think the refs might have realized. So it might be an early exit for LJ Vaughn. It's not something you see every day. As now Cosby will inbound. Gray gets it back to him in the corner. Cosby returns it. Burnett calling for the ball. Instead, sends it to Harrison Miller in the corner. That one no good. Burnett skies in for the board. His floater, no good though. And Harrison Miller giving some good effort to try to take it away from Xavier Nelson, but
replacing Vaughn for Steward is Enrique Ortega.
Now here is Preston Day over to Donovan Richardson. Stewart gives him a screen. Can't do anything with it. The second effort, another great work from Cosby defensively to get around the screen. Brady Burnett goes inside as it's stripped by Enrique Ortega. And now Stewart on the break. And Preston Day was intimidated by Darius Gray flying down. Burnett steps in and steals the pass. Here's Cosby inside for Gray. Darius Gray kicks it out. Cosby wide open. No good. That's what Darius Gray can do for a defense. Preston Day had what should have been the easiest look of the night for Stewart, but with Gray bearing down on him, he backed out of it and ended up turning into a turnover for the Spartans. 22-17, 3:34 to go in the second quarter. Here's Xavier Nelson, pulls up, too strong, rebound, bounces over Gray, and Stewart will get a second effort. Here's Ortega, drives on Burnett, gets around him, stripped by Brady Burnett, but it'll be out of bounds off of him. Now here's Landis Stewart, kicks it over to Enrique Ortega. Now Brandon, the one guarding him, as Burnett is checked out. Here's Nelson, gets in the lane on Harrison Miller. Good contest, and that's an air ball. Either that or the shot was blocked. Couldn't tell which, but either way, the Saints looking to run. Here's Cosby. Dribble drive. Finds all the way to Colin Johnson. Now Brandon, top of the key. Doesn't get the bounce. It's the second one of those for the Saints this game. Wally Jones had one earlier, and then that one from Elijah Brandon. And a player down for Stewart. That's Xavier Nelson. He does walk off under his own power, which is a good sign. But it's going to be a timeout taken. And we'll be back in a minute as they're going to look at Nelson.
Looks like Xavier Nelson will be staying off the court, replaced by Ben Vaughn of Stewart.
You would imagine so.
Xavier Nelson has been a key defensive piece for Stewart tonight. We'll see how they fare without him.
So now it'll be Ben Vaughn replacing him. They'll inbound to Vaughn. Stewart will have it. 15 on the shot clock now. 2:45 to go in this game as the visiting Spartans lead St. Christopher's. And Harrison Miller knocks that one away from Vaughn. Vaughn gets it back, though. Pulls up over Cosby. Not a very good shot and missed by a lot. That one's going to be out of bounds. That might have been a missed call.
Stewart Cosby seems to think Ortega touched it before it went out.
I don't think either of the refs had a very great angle on that.
But there isn't any deliberation, so it looks like we'll go straight to the
Yeah, that's just a tough call. In live time, obviously no replay here at the high school level. I mean, we have a great angle on a play like that from up here, but the refs are blocked by other players running down the floor. They're trying to get down the floor themselves. But here is Preston Day. Over to Stewart. Landis Stewart, Gray backing off of him, gets it in for Nelson, who's already back. And Nelson goes up over Miller, can't finish. And Gray another rebound. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Saints trailing by 5. Brandon calling for it underneath, has a big height advantage over Enrique Ortega. Gray will get it, though, at the top of the key. He'll drive, hop step, kicks it out to Miller, finds Colin Johnson. Floater all alone, no good. Rebound loose, controlled, though, by Gray. So the Saints will get another look at things. Darius Gray hands it off. Colin Johnson swings it Elijah Brandon. Now in for Darius Gray. Gray backing in over Stewart. Puts him in the spin cycle. Missed the shot. Gets his own rebound. Shot clock down to 1. Johnson gets it off and scores.
Colin Johnson's second basket of the night.
That one just barely got it off in time. So the lead now down to 3. Richardson kicks it out. Day, he'll walk into a 3. It's good. Preston Day, another three-pointer for him.
Less than a minute left now.
Saints find themselves in an uncharacteristic position here. They haven't had many games where they've been trailing. Here's Darius Gray. Swings at Harrison Miller. Now Cosby in the corner. He'll try a 3. Way off. Looked like he might have gotten hit on the arm on the way up. Now Richardson on the other end. Up and under. Lays it in. Just like that, a lead that was 3 has ballooned to 8. An interesting choice of chance by Steward, considering the earlier result this season, but I digress. Now here's Harrison Miller for 3, and he answers. So Stewart will have it for the final shot. It'll be with Donovan Richardson. Guarded by Cosby. Clock down to 4. Richardson driving, gets in the lane, falling away, missed it. And that'll do it for your first half. Saints trailing by 5 at the break. The visiting Spartans lead 27-22. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Hello and welcome back. Second half, just about ready to get underway. St. Christopher's trailing 27-22. A barrage from outside by Steward, led by Preston Day, has gotten them a solid first half advantage. For the Saints, the key in the second half is getting Darius Gray involved. In these last 3 games, dating back to Friday, teams have started to do a better job of not letting him dominate games. Obviously, that's something you might expect against a team like John Marshall, but he already dominated Steward once this year, and they've done a much better job the second time around. You're never going to be able to stop him, but they've at least been able to contain him to a point where he's not completely taking over a game. And just like that, Landis Stewart starts it off with 3 points for the Spartans.
Stewart
Burnett
only just started to open it up from behind the arc. Most of their points coming from in the paint so far.
And Brandon tries to answer. He can't. Rebound tapped out, though, by Gray. Finds its way to Wally Jones. Gets it over to Brady Burnett. Gets in the lane. Blocked by Stewart. And now the Spartans looking to run again. Day pulls up. Maybe a bit of a heat check there for the Spartans, as could have waited for a better shot. Gray gets in the lane. Floater left it short again. And Brandon tries to wrestle away the rebound. It'll be called for a foul. So 30-22. Richardson in the corner, gets Cosby in the air. Now back out to Day. Inside to Xavier Nelson. Guarded by Burnett, inside Stewart. Good contest from Gray with the shot clock ringing. And Burnett pulls down the board. Now it's over for Gray. Bullies his way inside, goes up and missed the shot, but he will go to the line. So Gray at the line for 2. He had an 0 for 2 trip earlier in this game. And misses another. One for 2. And Brandon knocking it away. That's a 10-second violation. Great defense from Elijah Brandon. So Brandon does a great job to force the 10-second violation. Now he'll have it. Now here's Gray on the low block. Going to work. Darius Gray goes up. Somehow doesn't get a foul, but taps it back in.
With the ball now is LJ Vaughn, who's back in the game after being sent out in the first half for 2 technical fouls.
Here's Richardson. Richardson gets around Cosby, goes at Gray, up and under. Too much on it. Brandon way outside, no good. Jones trying to fight for the rebound. He can't grab it. Now Stewart has numbers if they want to run. Here's Day in the corner. Good job from the Saints to trap him off. They find Nelson inside, kicks it back out to Day. Dribbles, gets around Jones, gets him in the air, pulls up and hits. Here's Brandon. They're trying to get it to Gray. They finally do. He finds Burnett in the corner in front of the student section. He hits! Nearly a carbon copy of that shot he hit against Collegiate on Friday night to give them a 55-54 lead with 57 seconds to go. Richardson, pass tipped by Brandon and stolen. He wants to run, finds Wally Jones, goes up with the right and scores. The Saints have pulled it back to within 2.
Wally Jones now has 5 points tonight.
They're starting to up the pressure. Here's Day. Over to Donovan Richardson. Gets a screen from Stewart, goes left, attacks Gray, shot blocked. Now back out to Stewart, swings it to LJ Vaughn, and he draws a foul.
Short discussion between the referee and Vaughn. Not the first time that's had to happen tonight.
And Vaughn misses the first. Bit of a confrontation between TJ Grimes and Coach Jones. And 1 for 2 at the line for Vaughn. So now Ben Vaughn will check in for him. Now Colin Johnson will come in for Elijah Brandon. And now Coach Jones, for the second game in a row, is going to get teed up. Looked like he was talking to his players. Not sure if there was a complaint about the officiating thrown in that conversation, but so that'll put Preston Day at the line. He hits the first. And hits the second.
Preston Day has been Steward's most reliable shooter tonight, as well as their highest scorer.
So now Steward gets to keep it as well after the technical. So a chance for them to swing this game. The Saints would have had it with a chance to tie the game for the first time in a while. The last time it was tied was at 0-0. The last time the Saints had the lead was 3-2. That one too strong from Day, but the rebound by Stewart. Kicks it out, Ben Vaughn. He'll try a three. No good again. Another offensive rebound, but Nelson can't control it. It'll be out of bounds off of him. Brady Burnett will bring it up for the Saints, trailing 35-30. 3.5 to go in the third. Here's Wally Jones in the corner, drives on Nelson. Missed the shot. Colin Johnson tries to tip it up. Gray pulls it down and lays it in. Darius Gray finding more of his rhythm in this second half as Cosby going to foul Richardson.
The Saints have been doing a lot better with rebounds, especially this half.
And misses the first. One for two at the stripe. So the lead back to 4. Now Brady Burnett. Vaughn extending his arms into him. Saints bench not happy with the lack of foul call. They have a right to be, but now here's Darius Gray. Drops it off for Colin Johnson. A beauty on that pass from Darius Gray. A nice finish from Johnson on top of it.
Several times tonight, Colin has just been in the right place at the right time, waiting for that pass.
Nelson kicks it to the corner for Day. Pulls it back. Now Vaughn, guarded by Colin Johnson. Gets around him, gets in the lane, lays it in. Here's Burnett. Gets around Vaughn. There's been a lot of contact there. And for the amount of contact, there have been no whistles. And finally one comes. The entire Saints bench jumps up and asks the referee what he was seeing or perhaps not seeing there.
That was called on Ben Vaughn.
Johnson, the inbounder, finds Gray at the fleur-de-lis at midcourt. Johnson gets it back now to Steward Cosby. Over to Brady Burnett, but just too much on it.
Not entirely clear what happened.
And a timeout taken by Coach Jones. We're going to be back in a minute. Hello and welcome back out of the timeout. Saints have it, or excuse me, the Spartans have it up by 4. Every time the Saints have pulled closer, Steward has responded all game. As now Richardson gets in the lane, blocked by Cosby from behind. And that is a extremely late whistle. So the first free throw no good from Richardson and missed both. And now Darius Gray will bring it up. Gray puts Nelson on slippery and throws one up. And air balls. Steward has it, up 4. Now Vaughn driving, spinning over Burnett. Missed it. Rebound, Gray. He needs to slow things down here. The Saints haven't really gotten the shots they've wanted. With 1:09 to go in the third, down 4. They're still certainly in reach in this game. They just need to start getting into their offense. Now Harrison Miller finds Gray in the corner. Colin Johnson screaming for it. He finds Burnett. His three-pointer is good. Brady Burnett, his second of the quarter. And just like that, the lead down to 1 for the first time since it was 4-3.
Burnett has turned this back into a one-score game. First time since the first quarter, I believe.
Here's L.J. Vaughn over to Ben Vaughn. Vaughn finds L.J. L.J. Vaughn gets in the lane, swings it out. Good closeout by the Saints. Vaughn pulls up long 2, no good. Rebound tapped out, but Day right there. Steward now can hold for the final shot. Here's Preston Day. Clock down to 8, over to Ben Vaughn. Down to 5. Day has it again. Nelson inside, kicks it out. Day in the corner. Air ball. And that will do it for your third. Saints pull closer, but they still trail by a point going into the final frame. Hello and welcome back. Saints down a point going into the fourth. Some of the biggest names in college sports here for Darius Gray tonight. Dabo Sweeney was just down on that end talking with Coach Clellan. James Franklin was here earlier. Saw some LSU assistants. He's one of the highest touted players in the class of 26 at offensive guard. Currently ranked the 43rd recruit in the country. Only a 4-star, but he is very close to earning that 5th one, and it would be well-deserved. And now he goes strong. Missed it, gets his own board. Nearly has it ripped away by Vaughn. They're going to call a jump ball. Here is L.J. Vaughn. And Nelson all alone underneath from the block, too strong. Ben Vaughn mistimes the rebound. And Brady Burnett pulls it down. Here's Gray, full head of steam, barrels inside, kicks it out to Colin Johnson. Now back to Gray, double team comes, Darius Gray bullying inside, and the Saints have the first lead since it was 3-2. Darius Gray would not be denied. Now here's Preston Day. All night when the Saints have answered, Steward has then thrown another punch. We'll see what they can do here. Here's Ben Vaughn. Nice pass inside. Finds Nelson. They're going to get Colin Johnson on a foul. And another miss from Steward at the line. Both of these teams have left a lot of 3 points at the charity stripe. And hits the second. So 1 for 2 trip at the line, extends the lead. Excuse me, ties this game up. Here's Brady Burnett. Finds Cosby top of the key. They're trying to get it to Gray. They finally do. Darius Gray has it blocked, gets his own board, and lays it in. Now here's Ben Vaughn. Goes at Brady Burnett. Good defense from Burnett to deny him anything in the lane. Resets with Richardson. Gets inside. Up and under. A wild shot. Gray on the outlet to Cosby. Steward Cosby goes up. Gets a man in the air. Missed the shot. Back out. Burnett. His three-pointer. No good. Another offensive rebound. This one from Wally Jones. Another reset to Gray. Staring down his man. Loses it. Kicks it out. Cosby. Three-pointer. Puts it in! Steward Cosby for 3. Steward wants a timeout. The Saints have a lead of 5, their biggest of the game, with 5:57 to go. And we'll be back in a minute. Welcome back. 2:03 gone by in this fourth quarter. The Saints leading by 5. Their most recent effort offensively, a three-pointer off the hands of Steward Cosby, his second of the game. And Steward's student section, who showed out very well for a Monday night, trying to will their team back into this game. Here's Richardson. He puts up a 3. They need it. They don't have it. Gray the board. Darius Gray goes downhill, gets inside, spinning, kicks it out. Burnett, his three-pointer. It's good! Brady Burnett, his third three-pointer. The lead is 8. A 9-0 run by St. Christopher's. Steward out of answers. Here's Vaughn inside. Missed it. Gray the rebound. Outlet to Brandon. Saints have a 3-on-1. Brandon goes up. Leaves it off for Cosby. He gets whacked in the face. No call, however. And Jones is going to reach in and foul Preston Day. And inbound nearly stolen by Brandon as he knocks it out of the hands of L.J. Vaughn. Vaughn gets around Brandon, but Elijah does a good job to cut him off. Here's L.J. Vaughn again, this time guarded by Wally Jones. Vaughn gets a screen from Stewart, gets in the lane, kicks it out. Richardson, they need this one, and they finally got it. Donovan Richardson, a much-needed three-pointer. Lead back down to 5 for the Saints. Here's Brandon. Over to Brady Burnett. Now it's Cosby. Finds Wally Jones. Inside for Darius Gray. Cosby, dribble drive, gets in the lane. Missed it, gets his own board again. Back out. Wally Jones takes it. Burnett finds Gray in the corner. Student section urging him to shoot. He's not going to. Swings it to Cosby. Gets in the lane. Clock down to 12. Cosby falling away. He's fouled. So 2 free throws coming up for Stewart Cosby. They got LJ Vaughn. That's number 4 on him. I believe the infraction was not giving him enough space to land safely. So 2 big free throws for Stewart Cosby. The Stewart student section has done a pretty good job of being distracting tonight, but doesn't work there as Cosby hits the first. And 2 for 2 at the line for Cosby. The first time all game that someone's hit both, as Jones is down and in some pain. Manages to recover a bit, but Stewart essentially has a 5-on-4. Brady Burnett's just going to wrap up Richardson, and Jones will come off the court. He's pointing to his abs, so maybe some sort of cramping going on there. And he gets a standing ovation as he exits. Harrison Miller will check in for Jones. Here's Preston Day. Vaughn goes right at Gray, pulls up over and missed it. With only 3:30 to go, the Saints up 7. They'll slow things down here. St. Christopher's on a 15-4 run. Cosby fires it into Gray, backing in. Darius Gray goes up, and he will go to the line for 2. We still have some time left in this game, and it would not surprise me if he manages to erase what I'm about to say, but surprisingly, Darius Gray has not had an and one in these last 2 games. Some dating back to the collegiate game is when that streak began. He normally is so good at finishing through contact, and on Friday especially, less so tonight, but even right there have been some looks where they're certainly not easy looks, but for a player like Darius Gray, with what he's shown this year, they're shots he usually makes and just hasn't been able to get him to fall so far tonight.
Stewart crowd setting an excellent example of sportsmanship for all of us.
So 1 for 2 at the line for Gray, the lead up to 8. Stewart needs points. Day left all alone, and he sinks a 3. The Spartans will take a timeout. A massive 3 there from Preston Day cuts the lead down to 5 with 3:11 to go. And we will be back in 30 seconds. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. 3:11 to go. We have a ball game here at Scott Gym. St. Christopher's leads 50-45. And Harrison Miller will inbound. Finds Elijah Brandon. Steward moving to a press. And beautiful work there. Finds Brady Burnett. Goes up strong. Missed it. Gets his own board. And gets hit in the arm there. No call. Gray surrounded by 4. Has it ripped away. Steward can cut it down to a 1-possession game. Day thought about a 3 in the corner. Thought otherwise. Inside Nelson. Goes at Harrison Miller. Knocked away by Gray. And it'll be recovered by Brandon off the feet of Enrique Ortega. Elijah Brandon pulls up from the free throw line. Missed it. And knocks down LJ Vaughn. Trying to sky in for that board.
Less than 3 minutes left in the game.
Now Colin Johnson will enter for St. Christopher's. And Coach Jones will take a timeout before the Steward possession. Saints lead 50-45, 2:36 to go here at Scott Gym. Welcome back. 2:36 to go in this game. The Saints lead by 5.
If the Saints don't start finding a way to control the ball on offense, then it looks like a lot of those final 2.5 minutes are going to be Steward's ball.
You know, the Saints this game, in these last couple minutes, they've been really dedicated to trying to get inside and draw fouls. But in a game like this where the refs just aren't going to give you those calls, you got to find something else. And my goodness, Stewart Cosby had what he thought was a clean block, and he is smiling down there, and I think he is thinking the same thing as everyone else in the building right now. So 3 big free throws coming up for Donovan Richardson. And he hits the first. He's struggled at the line so far today. And misses the second. Richardson 2 for 3 at the line. Lead down to a single possession. Here's Elijah Brandon. Here's Cosby left open. And halfway down. Now Stewart can tie the game. Richardson shoving off Colin Johnson, loses it. It's loose. Johnson on the floor. Bodies all over the place. Brandon has it. Coach Jones was screaming for a timeout. He didn't get it. Here's Brandon over to Gray. Back out Brandon. His three-pointer. Left it short. Rebound Johnson. Another offensive rebound for the Saints. And finally they give the timeout. 1:45. And 50-47 the score. We'll be back in a minute. Hello and welcome back. 1:45 to go. The Saints lead by 3. We have a great ending brewing here at Scott Gym. It's Cosby, Brandon, Jones, Gray, and Burnett out there for the Saints. Cosby to inbound. Finds Gray. Darius Gray backing in on Richardson, and he's fouled. That'll be the third of the quarter on Steward, so 2 more, and the Saints will be at the line.
Richardson's second of the night.
Cosby inbounds once again, tried to get it to Burnett, couldn't, finds Jones all alone. Could have taken the shot, but chose not to. Instead, finds Darius Gray. Gray over to Brandon. Now right back to Gray.
10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Burnett gets a screen. Gray gets in the lane. And counted and one! A bit of a delayed call there by the referees. Wasn't sure whether it was going to be a charge or a foul on the defense, but Darius Gray with a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Now he's going to have to finish it off at the line. And TJ Grimes needs to be careful about, or else he's about to get a technical. Gray at the line, missed it, tries to fly in for the board, but Richardson controls it. Now Steward looking to run. Here's Stewart, and he's going to be fouled hard. Cosby takes a hard fall on his tailbone there.
He's walking fine on his own.
And it looks like he will stay in the game, thankfully. That was, foul did not look, or excuse me, the fall did not look great at first, but could have been bad, but he looks good. That'll be number 4 on Cosby, so 1 more and his night is done. And TJ Grimes still going at the officials about the foul on the other end. And it'll be 2 big free throws for Landis Stewart. And he misses the first. Here's the second from Stewart. Missed them both. Brandon the rebound. Coach Jones calling for them to slow things down. There's about 37 seconds between shot and game clock. Saints leading by 5.
Only about a minute left.
Here's Cosby. Inside for Gray. He's wrapped up. As that was all Richardson could do to prevent what would have been an easy basket. Next foul, the Saints will be at, excuse me, no, they're at the line this time. So 2 big free throws from Darius Gray. Misses the first. Exactly 60 seconds left in this game. The Saints lead by 5. Second free throw from Gray is good. Lead up to 6. Here's Donovan Richardson. Steward rolls it up. Richardson driving, gets in the lane, scores over Cosby. And now Steward wants a timeout with 52.8. The lead is 4 for St. Christopher's. We will be back in 1 minute. Hello and welcome back. 52.8 to go. The lead is 4 for St. Christopher's. It's been a hard-fought win and a very impressive performance by this Steward team to go on the road against one of the best teams in the state. Now Gray will inbound and finds Cosby. Cosby over to Gray now. Saints have to get it across. They do. Finds Brandon. And they're going to foul. So with 41.7, they're going to put Elijah Brandon at the line. Interesting that they waited to foul Brandon, who's one of the better free throw shooters on the team, instead of Gray, who, well, he's great at many other aspects. Free throws are the one area where he does struggle, but Brandon hits the first. And 2 for 2 at the line.
Unfazed by the jeers, EB makes both of his free throws.
So the lead back to 6 right away. Johnson applies some pressure to Richardson, makes him pick it up. Richardson, full head of steam, gets inside. And 2 free throws coming. An and one there could have completely changed the complexion of this game. But no matter what Richardson does at the line here, it'll stay at a two-possession game.
Once again, Colin Johnson uses all 5 of his fouls. He'll be replaced by Wally Jones after a strong game tonight.
Two big free throws coming from Richardson. He misses the first. Missing free throws in a situation like this is the last thing that can happen for Steward. And if you're the Spartans, do you consider missing this one on purpose and trying to go for an offensive rebound? They won't do that. They'll make it. So the lead at 5 for the Saints, 37.2. Gray, the inbounder, finds Brandon trapped, and he has to get rid of it. Finds Brady Burnett, and Burnett will go to the line. It was Devontae Hines, just checked in about 6 seconds ago. Already picked up his first stat. That'll be a foul on Brady Burnett. Two crucial free throws from Brady Burnett. He misses the first. And hits the second. So Burnett splits those two. They will roll it up again. The lead at 6 for the Saints with 31.2 to go. Richardson picks it up. Goes at Burnett, pulls up over him. No good. Cosby the board. Shot clock turned off, and they're going to wrap up Cosby and put him at the line. This game just about wrapped up by the Saints. They just need to hit a few more free throws. And misses the first. And this is the big one. Would have made it a 3-possession game. He missed it, though, and now they're going to get him for a lane violation. Here's Richardson. Clock down to 20. Steward needs to go fast. Richardson gets inside. Gray just lets him by. Not the shot you're looking for there if you're Steward. Lead still at 2 possessions. And 16.4 to go now. The Saints will take a timeout. 30 seconds. So 17.6. The Saints will inbound. It'll be Burnett, Cosby, Brandon, Gray, and Miller out there. Gray finds Brady Burnett, and he'll just hold on to it. And Enrique Ortega will wrap him up. Burnett hits the first. Two clutch free throws from Brady Burnett. Puts the lead right back to 6. And Richardson will roll it up again. Here's Nelson. They need it. He's way off. And that should do it here on Scott Gym. The Saints come from behind. They take a 58-52 victory. And Brandon might have rolled the ball out a bit too early, but they're going to say the game did expire. So a hard-fought victory by the Saints. They win 58-52 here at Scott Gym. I'm Edison Palombi alongside Robert Head for STC TV. We thank you all for tuning in.